Although 2020 has been a challenging year for the Middle East construction and real estate sector, with COVID-19 causing disruptions in supply chains, temporary asset closures, travel and movement restrictions, and mandatory health and safety measures implemented on construction sites, UAE-based private real estate developer Azizi Developments has stayed resilient on the construction front with its French Mediterranean-inspired Riviera Master Development in the heart of the MBR city progressing well, along with its other projects. I'm Anup Oman, the Deputy Editor of Construction Week Middle East, and joining me today on the latest episode of Construction Week's expert interviews is Farhad Azizi, the Chief Executive Officer of Azizi Developments, who will share Azizi's latest construction updates as well as the developer's plans for 2021. To get the show started, thank you, Farhad, for joining us here today.
Thank you, Anup. Good to speak to you.
It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Azizi Developments has been quite actively constructing, even despite all the challenges that we faced in 2020. Could you share an overview of your ongoing projects such as the Master Plan Riviera Community, Burton Creek Views, and Park Avenue?
Yeah, sure. No, that's a very good question. I have to be very honest, just like many companies across the world, we too are not immune to all those challenges and all those difficulties. So we have had our panic moments. We were really worried when the lockdowns were announced, especially in the month of March and April. We used to sell, if I could put a number to it, 12 to 15 apartments every single day, including Fridays. That went to one apartment a week. So just 4 apartments were sold in the entire month of March and April. So it was a big concern for us because any business has a cycle, and they need to be, the show must go on, as the saying is. So things suddenly stopped, and people couldn't move around. So we had those panic moments. But what we have realized, and with our experience and our chairman having a very extensive experience in the business, we kept the positive attitude. We were at home, but we were working from there. Now, one of the problem is you cannot build from home. So when it comes to construction, you literally have to be at site and you have to build from there. So we were happy that one of the industry that was not completely shut off was the construction. So the hospitals were open, the supermarkets were open, also the construction was open. We took all the precautions, but we put all our focus on construction, on all our sites. So despite having less sales in those 2 months, we had a very strong construction in those periods. In fact, for some of our projects, especially in Riviera, we got permission to do 24-hour construction. The roads were emptier, and it was just a big support from the Dubai municipality to give us that permission. Now, when the lockdowns were eased a bit, especially in the month of May, and then June, July, every month things started to improve. We started to have first the 30% of our staff were allowed to come back, and then more and more. And then by a lot of hard work and a lot of luck and the resilience of this city, in the months of August, we had as much sales as we had pre-COVID. So that was something really good to see, and we were very blessed with that big change. And then September was good as well. October has been good, and again, November, with all these lockdowns in Europe, in America, and with the elections, there's been again a little bit of hiccup when it comes to sales.
Thank you for being candid about your sales and your construction as it stands right now, Farhad. But could you shed a little more light into what stage of construction each of these projects are in, and how much of the construction is complete, what is yet to be completed on these projects?
So for example, from the month of March till now, just in the last few months, basically, we have constructed 298 slabs of floors, basically. So that almost 3 million square foot of construction has happened and has been delivered. There's been buildings that were delivered before COVID, and there is new that's going to be delivered very soon. We have a property that's going to be delivered on the Palm, the MENA building in Jebel Ali or Aura, and then we have 3 buildings in Al Furjan that's going to be delivered. 2 were delivered at the beginning of the year. But a lot of our focus right now is on Riviera. That's a big a master plan project. It's not a scatter of buildings. It's a big project with 71 buildings on it. There is a canal. There is a retail area. It's very close to the Maidan Mall. So that area is very special to us and is taking a lot of our efforts when it comes to construction. What we have done with Riviera is divided into 4 different phases. So the phase number 1 has developed very well. There are buildings that are constructed as much as 75-80%. So all the paintwork and the glass are there. The inside doors and all those are being installed now. So phase 1 has progressed the most, then followed by phase 2. And phase 2, all the structural work is done. What we're doing now is all the paintwork and the plaster work and all that. Phase 3 is now coming up, and phase 4 we're planning to start by end of the year or first quarter. But a lot of things depend also on the demand. So if the demand is there, we're gonna have phase 4 coming up. Creekview, the buildings that are in Healthcare City, those have been having wonderful progress. There is Creekview 1 and Creekview 2. Creekview 1 has had very good success. That's why Creekview 2 was launched. Most of the apartments in the first building have been sold. The building is coming up. It's very visible. It's very close to Zabil Palace. So it's a wonderful addition to this beautiful city. And the buildings that are in Al Furjan, there are 3, the 2, as I said earlier, were delivered at the beginning of the year. 3 more are being delivered very soon. They are basically now with this getting the approvals from the different authorities. The building contractor has done their job. It's just up at the permits at the stage. Then there are around 4 additional projects in Furjan that we're planning to start. One of them is already under construction. There is 4 additional ones where the designs are in hand, the permits are in hand, but again, we're waiting on how the market is going to look like. If the demand is there, we're going to launch 4 additional projects in Furjan. We're basically in many parts of Dubai, from Jebel Ali all the way to Healthcare City, to Riviera, to Sports City, to Studio City. So we are scattered throughout the city, but our future focus is to build more of things that are township projects, like the Riviera projects. Those are our future aims, to have more things like that. And we have had a wonderful experience with Riviera so far.
Farhad, this brings us to another interesting point of discussion, which is, as you said, deliveries are being planned based on the demand that you're seeing coming in. And Expo 2020, which is now pushed to October 1, 2021, is expected to bring in a lot more demand. And therefore, a lot of developers in the UAE are planning their deliveries accordingly through 2021. Do you think, not just in terms of construction, but also in terms of sales and dealing with the pipeline of properties coming into the market, do you think 2021 will be a better year for you?
Well, the thing that we are very confident about, and we have had the experience here, is about the city. This city, Dubai, the country, we're very confident about it. It's a very dynamic place that we're living in. So the thing that is not in anybody's control is the whole COVID situation. Now, if that is sorted out and there is a vaccine and there is a treatment for it, we know with full confidence that one of the countries and one of the cities that will move on and have a very strong V-shaped development will be Dubai, will be the whole UAE. So we as a developer are fortunate to have many projects, a lot of land fully ready, fully loaded when it comes to approvals, permits and designs. Our biggest plan for 2020 was the Expo. So all those plans will be moved to next year when it happens. So the reason we're so ready is because all of this was for 2020. Now it's been moved to 2021. And the biggest hurdle obviously is the COVID lockdowns now.
Have digitalization, HSE, the need for increased space and timely deliveries come to the forefront within the construction sector in 2020? And going back to the fact that COVID-19 has had, yes, a negative impact on the industry, but could you talk about how it has changed the industry and probably taken the industry one step forward in terms of the positive impact that it has had?
Exactly. I mean, look at us right now. We're not face to face. You're sitting somewhere, I'm sitting somewhere. So we could be sitting in our offices or at our home, and then we're able to meet like this. So what's going to happen in the future is a lot of work and a lot of meetings and a lot of interaction will be just like this. So we will be heavily dependent on technology. But one thing that's very clear is homes are everything today. It's our home, it's our office, it's our kindergarten, it's our masjid, it's our restaurant. So everything happens in that house, in that home. And we as a developer are very proud to be in an industry which there is a need for today. We're seeing that today when clients come and buy a home, they ask for things that they never asked before, because before most of the day was spent outside and they just came home to sleep and to dine. But now they're spending the day there and and the evenings and the weekends. So they are asking for more storage space, for example. They're asking for a bigger kitchen. They're asking for a bigger home. The trend was to go small. Now people are asking for bigger home. But bigger home will be obviously a little bit more expensive because everybody's selling per square foot. However, the clients are ready to invest in those additional square foot, provided that the home becomes the almost everything for them. So things are going to definitely change. Things will become very digitalized, and the needs of clients are changing big time.
I absolutely enjoyed this open conversation with you, Farhad. Thanks for taking the time to join us on the show today.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
It's a pleasure to have you here with us, Farhad. For those of you watching, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more such videos with experts in the industry. That's all for now, and until next time, goodbye.